All excited about it being in front of you.
The phone and I fail.
Okay.
At least that wasn't the Crusader guarding the Holy Grail.
Are you the Keymaster? You must chill. No, nobody knows him. Okay. No. Indiana Jones. Okay. Okay. So now we can build this up. What do we got? Limit n goes to infinity. Sum I equals 1 to n. So I got n rectangles. I'm going to let that go to infinity, but I'm not going to tell this part yet. So it doesn't freak out. Keep those things separate. What goes in here? Yeah, so I cubed over n cubed minus 3i squared over n squared times
1 over n.
Yeah, 1 over n. I like it. So I'm just plugging in check. Now, can we consolidate the next couple steps? I can bring that in and split up the sum. Is that cool? So keep the limit on the outside. This will be the sum equals 1 to n of...
So I cubed over n
I cubed over n to the fourth minus the sum I equals 1 to n 3
I squared over n cubed.
Okay, good.
3x.
So I just distributed the 1 over n in and broke the sum up, adding among positives and then taking away all my negatives. Ooh. Now I can get it down to just the i's and replace those with what they are. So I get 1 over n to the fourth. Now what's the sum of I cubed from 1 to n? If you have your little...
So n minus 1 over q and over square.
n times n plus 1, all that squared. Cool.
So we're supposed to have that memorized?
No.
Alright.
That's one I happen to have memorized. If I memorized the I squared one, I would make you guys memorize all three. But since I don't have that one memorized, you don't have to memorize it. Good guy, Jeff. All right.
Hi, Jeff.
Good guy. Good professor. Good professor. The one good thing he did. All right.
Doesn't make you memorize
Somebody's
what he
going to say
doesn't
that to me.
have.
All right, let me stop there. Is everybody cool with what's happening? If I take the n fourth out of the way, I'm left with sum of I cubed. And that is something I'm going to give you. The sum of I cubed from 1 to n is this. That's what it is. So if you summed up the first 3 cubes, it would be the same as putting a 3 into this formula. You get the same number each way. That's what that means. What do I get over here? Sum of I squared is that weird one I don't have memorized. N?
N plus 1, n plus 4. 2 n plus 1 over 6.
Alright.
3 and 6.
Yes, good. Now you start to look at not only what cancels, but also what can the limit take care of. So, here, 3 and 6 cancel, sure. What's the limit of these? The ratio of these?
2.
2. Always going to be 2, basically. You guys see that? Because it would be 2n cubed plus stuff over n cubed, and the limit of that is going to be 2.
So it's 1.
Let that be simple. Just look at the degrees, same degrees, ratio of the coefficients. Yeah, this one's going to be n4 plus crap over n4. That's going to, the limit of this is 1. So I get
1 over 2.
1 half.
1/4. Oh, that's evil.
1/4. And
Minus 1 half.
1.
2.
1.
Alright, so obviously, anytime you cross reduce, you got to be careful about who lives. Right? Make sure all the survivors get out of there. I'm still alive! Not anymore, man. Zombies are coming. Get them all out of there. And so I get what?
Negative 3 over 4.
Do you remember how to do it on the calculator?
No.
On the calculator?
Graph it.
So it became a 1/4 because it's squared, right?
Yeah, exactly. Squared. So 2 squared is the 4, and then the 1. Cool. I like it.
So you're going to put those right, the I cubed and I squared.
Yeah. So if you put this function in, to y1 on your calculator, and then you use second calc number 7 as the integral, and you just say from 0 to 1.
Oh.
It should come out to negative 0.75. I don't know. I haven't tried it.
Let's see.
I don't feel like waiting for him to wake up, so.
See the x cubed minus 3x squared?
No, the calculator, the computer. X cubed. Oh shit. Minus 3x squared. Number 7. From. You can do it. Come on. 0 to 1.
Negative 0.75.
Holy shit. So it's nice that your teacher is letting you use your calculator, because then you can check this.
See if you got the right answer.
You can check this work. I like it. That one problem we did, the very first problem was 4x. We checked it a different way because it makes a trapezoid. And there are parts of the homework that have you not use calculus on a problem. You use geometry to get the area. Just to show you that's what we're doing. We're just finding areas. Okay. Is there anything else from?
You're the one.
I have a question on the 5.2 homework, number 28.
Oh yeah. All right. This one is basically. All right. This is the one you guys are not going to like. But oh well, too bad. I say that a lot, but I want you to know I mean it. You just have to follow the steps, but using A and B. So, for example, what's the width going to be? That's where it starts, right?
So b minus a over.
So the next I will be
A minus b minus a I over n. F of,
my kind of problem.
so f of x I.
What is the antiderivative of x squared?
1/3 x cubed.
Yeah, and what look at the answer they get. Isn't it basically 1/3 of the difference of things cubed? Isn't it sort of using the antiderivative? So some of you guys know this connection between the area under a function and its antiderivative. There is a connection, thank God. That's the shortcut we're going to develop. We're not going to, this is sort of like when we did the limit definition of derivatives. We only did it for a little while, even though while you were doing it, it felt like forever. But we only did it for a little while, and then we did the derivative patterns, and we learned the rules. Well, now this is the same thing with integrals. We're going to do this for a little while, and then after this first test, not again. We're going to start talking about the patterns of integrals and develop rules, right? Thank the gods. Feel a little bit easier. So yeah, that's you just gotta brute force this thing, right? That's all there is to it. And then f of xi will be this whole thing squared. It's getting better and better. I like it. So I know it's going to be one that people just. I love it when people write the exercises at the top of the homework and they just leave a problem out of the list that they didn't want to do. Maybe he'll look at that and forget. No. That's funny.
I never thought about that.
It's 1 through 29, except for number 27. No.
Every odd.
Every third odd. Holy crap! All right. So, like I said, I might be in the office a little earlier. If you just come by and knock on my door, see if I'm there. Maybe about 11. I don't know.
Your battery's low.
Oh yeah. Thank you.